Here is my Lily of the Valley Matchbox Fairy accordion journal. It's absolutely beautiful, feels lovely to hold. And we've got these matting panels on the sides and on the front and on the back. And when we slide this open, we reveal these beautiful panels of all these Lily of the Valley flower fairies with this vintage typography. And these beautiful little images, and then we get to about here and we've got these two little tuck spots here with the fairies behind, and that works really well. A little tuck spot here which is a flap, and it's got some sheet music behind it with tags that you can write on. Of course you can also write on the backs of the fairies as well. And we get to the end here and we've used the excess I give you more than you need in this kit to make the panels, so you've got these excess little journaling cards and a couple of little bits of ephemera that you can write on the back of, and then the whole thing folds together and unfolds the other way to reveal some pockets with words behind on these sections behind, and these little ephemera, these little fussy cut ephemera, Lily of the Valley fairies. Absolutely precious. Look at these. Absolutely. And you can write up obviously on the backs of all of these and on all of these panels if you want to, or if you're giving this as a gift. I thought it might be a nice idea. I'll tell you about that in a moment. And we've got this little flap here, this little tuck spot with a fairy behind, and we've got a pocket here with another tag in it, and we open up to these last three panels here. So yes, what I was going to say just then was that if you wanted to give this as a gift, it's so beautiful you might struggle to write in it, which is where I find myself sometimes. So if you wanted to, maybe just write on the backs of some of these extra panels as a keepsake, and then you can just leave the rest of it as the little work of art that it is. So stick with me, let's see how we make it. So here are all my bits. There's quite a lot of bits. These pieces make the accordion fold. We don't need those just now. All of these pieces, there are three larger panels which are the matting for your box sleeve here. We've got these which we're going to put on here. We've got all these little fussy cuts. We've got some words, we've got some pockets, and we don't need those just for now. So I'm going to try and slide those out of the way without messing them up too much. And here is the main box. I have made videos with this same box construction before, but I was making this Lily of the Valley fairy box anyway, so I thought, what the heck, let's have another video to go with it. So this box, cut out the shape, snip down these four sections here, and crease, pre-crease all of the dotted lines, and when you've done that you can just fold the whole thing together very quickly and easily and without any messing about. And once you've made those folds, folding all of them inwards, you can start to construct the box, and the box comes up like this. Bit of glue on these tabs here, bring these up and glue those two pieces in place, and the same on the other side. I'm not concerned at this point if they come undone. They can do that. It just means that the glue's going to go tacky, and when I come back to it in a minute, they'll stick down and they'll blooming well stay down. And the same with this one. Might give those a moment to grab to go tacky. And I think what I'll do with this one is I'll pop a bit of glue on these the inside of these long flaps. You probably can't see that on the video. And I'll just let that go tacky before I attempt to stick it down so that they'll stay in place. And the same with these short flaps as well. Leave those for a moment to go tacky, and I will work on this box here, which just needs these little edges trimming off. And the same again, cut it out, score down your dotted lines. A little bit of glue on this flap here. And I'll let that go tacky, come back to this one and make sure everything's all nice and square. Just check out your corners, make sure they're nice and square so you get a good square shape. And then fold down one of the long sides. Come on, you stick there, that's it. Fold down one of your long sides, fold down the other of your long sides, and then finally the shorter sides, we'll just stick those longer sides in place and just press that down a few times till your glue grabs. And that is the bottom of our box. And the sleeve of our box, we just bring this back section here up to meet the nice corner there and stick that in place. And now we've got the sleeve and we've got our box. Now that's done, we can have a look at these two pieces here, and this section here with the extra little tab on it is going to stick down like that in our box when we've finished, and then I'm going to just zigzag fold all of these pieces, keeping an eye on that I've got these folds accurate. There we are. And making sure, I could do that the other way around, couldn't I, like that? I don't think I've ever thought about it like that, but I think I'll have all one side. Okay, I'm going to lose that little bit of green unless I decided to do it that way round, and I've actually got a bit of a problem there with my print, so yeah, let's do that for a bit of a change, so this one's going to come down over here, and then I'll just zigzag fold all of these pieces. I think with this one, I think I'll do something a little bit different. I can't find my circle punch still. It's been missing since I tidied up. So I'm just going to cut this little piece out. And then I'm going to apply glue to 3 sides. Both sides and the bottom. And then stick this one on top of this one, and then when I turn this over, oh look at that, how annoying is that? I'd completely forgotten about that section there. Do you know what, I'm going to cut this section off altogether, and I'm going to go one section shorter and reapply that glue to this pocket edge. Let's have a look what we're dealing with now. Now I think I need to, I can always fold them the other way around. In a minute, I'm going to stick this piece on. So I've made myself a little pocket here now. That's nice actually, that's worked out really nice with that little bit of blue, how are they called? Lily of the Valley on the top. There we are. I'll just zigzag fold this the other way now. And that'll be absolutely fine. Now this section here is going to glue onto this side this time. That's fine. Don't mind which side it gets glued onto, so long as it gets glued on. And if you want to, you can assemble all the bits and bobs and all your embellishments and ephemera onto the zigzag accordion folio, this bit here that we've just made, before you stick it in your box. But I like to see what I'm doing. I like to see what's going on. Now I haven't printed the inside of my box. I didn't reverse print this section here, which was a bit daft. There we go, that's quite nice. I've got half on one side and half on the other side. So yeah, if you want to reverse print your box, you go ahead and do that. And I've got these 3 sections here. I've got 2 for the front of the box and the other side of the box, the reverse of the box there, and I've got 1, I could even use that, couldn't I, that I've cut off. Oh, it's the same as that one, that annoys me. Maybe I'll go with that one there, and I'll pop her in there, and I'll use these 2 for the cover. That's what I'm going to do. Lily of the Valley is my mum's favourite flower, and I might hold this one off as a birthday card or something like that for her. Might be nice. There we go. So that's that in, all in place. This will then fold in and we can put our box lid on and start to get a feel for how this is looking. It's looking nice. Now then, I've just got decisions to make now about where I put what, and I love that on the front. That's a vintage piece of sheet music cover, and I also love this. Which one should I have on the front? Doesn't really matter because I could just flip it over. So let's get those glued down. Big glue would be better for this, really. I'll grab that in a moment. What a beautiful little image of this little fairy, Lily of the Valley fairy, holding a tiny little bird, a little fairy bird. I mean, no birds are that tiny. Even the bumblebee hummingbird, which I know is the smallest bird. I've seen one in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, and there's a tree there, like a taxidermy tree, like a Victorian curio in a big cabinet. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's really sad because of the taxidermy, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And there's the front of my box. Oh, that is quite something, isn't it? What a nice little thing we've made here. And I've also got some side panels with this vintage snowdrop pattern. I think it's not a snowdrop, it's a Lily of the Valley. I think this is a tiny little snippet of William Morris, if I remember. And there's my 2 little side panels. I love a bit of matting on something like this. It really adds to the rigidity and I'm going to say validity because it's so nice and sturdy. And then I'm going to make sure that I ink in these edges because I do not want those dotted lines to be showing. I think they lower the quality of this finished thing a little. And it's so beautiful. These little images and the vintage typography are just so lovely. I just want to do it justice. That's looking really nice. This as well is 200 gram paper. I usually use 250 for this type of job. I know some people use 160, and then obviously by the time you've doubled it, you've got 320. But I wanted something in between the two. I sometimes feel that the 250 is just a little bit stiff, a little bit unwieldy when you come to make things. Whoops, too heavy on the ink there. And this 200 gram came the other day, and it's yeah, I like it. I think I really like it. I'm going to stick with it for a little while. Well, I'm committed now. I've just bought it, so there we are. That's the box made and the sides done. Put that to one side for now, and we can work on the actual folio. And you've got options with this. If you wanted to do it the other way around and have your flap on the left, you could very easily do that. You could have all your green on one side and all your natural on the other. And you could also cut all of these sections and just have individual cards that you make up, you know, by popping these little bits and pieces on them, and you can have a little box of individual cards. So now I'm at the stage where I'm going to just be making decisions about putting what where. Now these patterned pages, I'm going to leave those for now, and I'm going to begin with these blank pages because these are the ones that I really want to make pop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got loads and loads of these to play with. So I'm just going to make some decisions off camera now about where I put what. You don't really need to see me going backwards and forwards with that, and I'll come back in a minute. So I've made my decisions for these first 4 panels, and what I decided was it really doesn't matter. All of these panels are so beautiful that I have just glued up the first 4 on the pile, and I am popping them literally anywhere, randomly, because you really can't go wrong. Oh, look at that. She's having tea amongst the lily of the valley flowers. So beautiful. And obviously taking the fairy kits down, the spring flower fairy kits down to this size is just, it just works. It really, really works so well. And if I turn this over, I've got 4 more panels. Oh no, 3, because I put the pocket there, didn't I? I'm just going to decide which of these I put down here. I'm going to go with this one here because it's a repeat of the cover, and to revisit that at the end I think is quite nice. Too much glue on there for that job. Really pretty, really pretty. And I've got a couple more to do. Let's go ahead and do those on camera, why not? Oh, come on, glue. There we are. Oh, that was something I could have paid attention to actually, was which ones I've got the printer problem with. Yours won't have that issue. They're all so gorgeous. My word, look at that. Really, really beautiful. And I've got 4 of these, 5 of these left over. And I've got some pockets here that I want to make use of, and also these little bits here. Oh, there's also 2 smaller little tags there. Let's put those there. Right, I will go back to my other side, I think, now. And when you add this extra weight on here, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to make a couple of tuck spots. Oh, I could double that up, couldn't I, and have that like that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little seam of glue, just a teensy little seam of glue on this one, and line it up there with that centre on the bottom. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Pop that down on there like that. And then I've got some little tuck spots. I'll let that dry before I go messing with it. I don't think I'll cover this area up as such. Maybe I'll just pop a little butterfly. Can't have anything sticking out over the top, obviously, because we want it to fit in the box. These here are all my pockets, so let's turn this over now and see where we've got room for pockets. And I've got room for pockets on all of these together, wouldn't you know it? That one goes that way like that. No, it doesn't. It goes that way like that. What was I thinking when I made this one? It's too long. Okay, well, no biggie. Let's snip that down. A little bit of ink. And then I've got a little pocket that'll fit very nicely there, with a little bit of a border around it, which is nice. So, you know, you know what to do. You make things like this. Play about, have fun, adapt the pieces. Make it work for you. See these pieces? This got a nice little bit there and I don't want to cover it up. That's just a whisker too long. So just check them out and cut them down as you need to. I'll pop this one here. Go to the bottom with that one. And I've got these two left. What am I going to do with these? Don't really want to cover that up. Although I usually, when I'm making these, I usually spread things out so that, you know, you've got a panel and then you've got a tuck spot and then you've got a pocket. This one doesn't seem to be panning out like that. This seems to be going a bit more orderly. So let's go with it. Yeah, let's go with it. Why not? That pocket I'll stick around that way to make it different. And I'll give that one a little bit of a border as well. Now I've got two pockets here, and these are the William Morris pockets. I wonder if I can belly band that, or if I've got a piece that's narrow enough to allow that to happen. Are you narrow enough, little one? Yes, it is, but I do feel I'd be better served having that at the bottom. Yeah, go on, let's go bottom. Oh, is there a right way up for you? Doesn't really matter. I'm working on a kit at the moment that I'm really, really excited about, and I'm not quite sure which direction to take it, but I'm calling it something akin to a puzzle journal. I know, isn't that title exciting? I'm not going to share any more than that. But I love designing. I love designing things. If I had my time over again, I would definitely be a product designer. Making these templates for these kits is absolutely my thing. It's my favourite thing to do at the moment. So there we are. She's looking great. She's looking really lovely in there. And I have got so many pieces. Honestly, there are so many pieces in here. You can just have so much fun with this and take it in all sorts of different directions. So I've got, come on guys, I've got some tuck spots here that I can do what I like with. I don't think, have I got room? I might have room to tuck. No, I haven't quite got room to tuck those cards in. They're a bit too big. I've certainly got room to tuck in those little ones, and of course I've got room to tuck in a fairy. Let's have one. Have we got one that's facing the other way? Yes, we have. She can be sticking out behind there. That's really cool. Actually, I'm going to do that with her as well. Let's have her sticking out. We've got fairies behind the lily and the valley flowers now. That works. And then we've got these panels, and then we're turning it over, and we've got 4 pockets. The glue on this isn't quite dry, but we've got room in there for that, have we? I could always cut some of them. We haven't got room in there for her. Or these are a bit too big now to go in here. Could cut them down, I suppose. Don't want to. Okay, I'm going to put these in as separate individual little cards. Oh, these two. This one here, she's smaller. She still won't fit in there though. She might fit in there. She's too big. She's too big. But I had these in mind for the matting panels anyway, so you've got more than you need. These will go in here beautifully, and that's what they were designed for. So we've got, you're another big one. We've got these little sheet music covers, and she will go in there quite nicely. And what have we got here? She'll go in on a bit of an angle somewhere, maybe. There we go. She'll go in on an angle. That's fine. But I might leave her out, and I might put her in instead, just because she's so beautiful. And I've got this little girl here. I wonder if I could pop her in there, and then pop this one in there. That works. Oh, and I've got this, haven't I? How do I ignore that little one in the bed? Let's pop her in there as well. Let's double up with a couple of these now with some pretty little tags. And use up what we've got left over. I haven't got a pocket here. I'm a bit frustrated that I haven't got a pocket there. What I'll do, I think, is I'll pop this here on the bottom, just with a little bit of glue. Just a seam, and I'm not going to fold or crease. Just position that there. I've lost that little bit of Lily of the Valley underneath, but that happens. I decorate my backgrounds willy-nilly because I love it, and then and then I never want to cover it up. But that's that. Have I got a little one here? I lost camera, so I don't quite know when I lost it until I come to edit this video, but we'll run through everything I've done in a minute. At the moment, I'm just sticking down some words onto the backs of these panels with the pockets on, and then you've got some nice hidden little bits and bobs, and if you want to write on this, you've got tiny little spaces on the backs of these beautiful little tags, and you've also got the back panels to write on as well, and of course these spare little bits and bobs. And if you want to reverse print on this sheet, I didn't, but you can, and then you can just dot those in between these accordion pages as little extras. There we are. That's looking absolutely gorgeous, and I think I'm pretty much there. The spares aren't really spares, they're just extras. So you've got lots to play with when you come to put yours together. And of course you don't need to make the Matchbox journal at all. You've got so many beautiful little panels here. They'd be lovely on cards or hidden paper clips or bookmarks and all sorts of, all different things. So do what you will, do what makes you happy. And I think, was that going in there? Did I have that in there? I've got a vase there. Don't want two vases together. And I'm going to pop those two little pieces in there just as little extra bits, and these pieces as well. They could have words on, couldn't they? They could have the messages on if you're giving this as a gift, and then you could just leave all this. Right, let's close it up and let's open it as if we've never seen it before. So here it is, the Lily of the Valley fairy. Let's open it up, this Matchbox style cover. And we've got our panels with our fairies on them. This is a beautiful weighty piece here. And then in here we've got this folding. That worked out really well. Really well. We've got this little tuck spot here with these two fairies behind. She's watering the Lily of the Valley flowers. And I've got this little tuck spot here. It's just a little flap with a shrunk down vintage music sheet cover there. And then we open up to these little cards. This was worked out really well actually. I like what's happened here with these extra little bits just loose in the back. Because I did think about making this whole Matchbox journal as individual cards, and as it turns out I've been able to do both, so that's really nice. And that's that folded up, and then when we turn it over and open it out, we've got these pockets with the little fairies. Oh, look at that, so beautiful. Little fairies in pockets. I've got one pocket here without anything in it. Get in there. And then we've got this little fairy in this one. We've got words behind on some of these back panels. A little tag. You put a little tiny bit of thin ribbon in there. And then I've got this little flap here with this fairy behind. And behind that again, we've got a pocket that's got a tag in it. And that goes in there. We've got a beautiful little fairy there. And then we come to the end. Great, that's worked out really well, and it just goes to show you that you don't have to really have a plan before you start. Just mess about, have fun, stick things down, don't worry about it, and you'll come up with something beautiful. You can't go wrong with these kits. They're so beautiful. All the panels are so gorgeous before you even start. There we go, have fun, and I'll see you next time.